Hello there. As promised yesterday in my video on the new weekly analysis for Forex opportunities for the coming week, I got a question from someone who told me that he wanted to know some more about the longer term trends or bigger trends to get on. So I assume he is a daily or weekly trader and he looks at charts like this. So I did this, as you can see over here. I'll leave that on. I did another video about this, why I think we are close to a potential reversal in this market. And then this is also something, when you look at the weekly charts, you know that there is, when you're in a trade from a short from here on out, um, I think, you know, in Forex, me personally, if I got in here, I would have traded it for quite some time, and at a certain level, a level like this, I would have personally got out. And the same thing over here. When I entered the trade here, there was no reason to leave this trade, and then finally, when you zoom in, you go to a lower time frame, you find a reason why this market stops moving like that. But the thing is, in longer term trading, I don't take trades every day. I don't. Sometimes I don't even take trades every week. Sometimes I like I do in the videos, you know, the swing trading perspective. There's a little bit more action in the swing trading, but I also only do that on a bigger time frames. So to answer the question, this was a move that took from half March, let's say the 18th, for example. Maybe it's a little sooner, a little later. And right now we are actually still in this move, and it's now October 13th right now. So this is a move that has been going on for a couple of months. So if you ask me to do some analysis on longer term trends, I think a couple of months is a pretty long time. But in the second half of this video, I'll show you how I actually build most of my capital, and that is in fact with trend trading, but it's a different market. So let me get into that in a couple of minutes. So to answer the question again, this is a move that is at a certain level, a level I want to be looking at. I am not interested in taking any shorts in this area. I'm looking for a retest of this trend line, maybe some consolidation down here, or whatever the way price will break out or reverse. I am looking for long positions. So this could be something I get in October, November, and I'm open to ride this all the way back to December, January, or something like that. Maybe February, March if it continues to move up. You know, it's not that you can say right now what's going to happen in that period of time. You don't know in front if it will be a long-term trend trade. That's something you have to keep in mind, especially in Forex. So let me show you something else. A familiar one for all of us is the Euro US dollar. I think it was this place. I started trading. This was the beginning of my trading career. I think it was something like that. I was a bit earlier. I was in this, but at the end of the day, I was looking at this structure, and to be honest, I entered the market because I read if that level breaks, if this happens, if that happens. I was just reading things and didn't know exactly what I was doing. But when I entered this market, I read a lot of books about from Michael Covell about trend trading. It was all he was talking about, and I was like, yeah, of course. If this continues to drop and I'm short, why should I get out? And I remember that I started off with 400 or 500 euros, and I started loading up on those shorts pretty aggressively. And I it was in January, I think. Yeah, even a bit later. I came back from a holiday and I was like, the ECB were telling, were just coming out with, we are gonna do quantitative easing, and this was the whole reaction because the US just said we're gonna stop quantitative easing, we're gonna raise rates sooner or later. So it's quite the bullish and the bearish opposite. And I was in this trade and I made this was in July. Let's say I started here, maybe looking at the euro dollar from maybe February. So February till January, that was almost a year, which were active trading of half a year. I was just loading up on shorts. That's all I did, and I did it because trend trading was the only thing I knew. And I made a, you got to get it that you trade with leverage and you trade with, um, you know, You can invest way more than you actually have when you have a certain broker. So I was just loading up every time I got the chance to load up again. I did, and this 500 euros was 20k back back then. So just after 6 months. To be honest, I lost a lot of money when this happened because my focus was, of course, trend trading. I have to get in long. Oh my God, it's turning around. Oh, now I have to go full out short. Ah, it's turning around again. I didn't know what was happening in these kinds of markets. But then I learned range trading. Well, that's something for a different video. So yes, trend trading, this made me a lot of money. Right now, we are at a bearish market for quite some time. And the only thing I would be interested in is or swing trading this, or maybe it breaks lower and we reach these levels. Imagine if we do and things turn around and start trending the opposite direction. If you mean by trend trading you want to identify market tops and ride these waves, then you would be still in the euro dollar short, and then you don't have to do anything on those positions. But it's kind of hard mentally because you have these huge drawdowns, you have these huge you know, differences in your balance. Let's say you come from 500 and you go to 10k, but you go back to 6k because the dollar is pulling back, not against just against the euro, but also against Australian dollar. It's kind of a different game when you were interested in trading like that, but I can tell you that is worth it. So let me go into I after that I realized that I was looking for trading market. That was all I was looking for, and this was a market I was not comfortable in. So I started to look at the stock market, and this is quite interesting because this is what charts on the stock market look like. And I got in somewhere around here, and every pullback I got into, and I did that on a daily chart. So there's quite some pullbacks, as you can see. I put in a position. Let's say I started over here, risk 10 euros, was 40 over here. Came back, I added to the position again, risk 10 euros, and it started. So I had 2 times 40 euros. And a pullback again and a pullback again. So by the time this trend was just going on, and all year I was just adding on the pullbacks, and I was leaving all my positions on there. I think I rode this trend literally until this level. So I made by just trend trading with a 10 euro risk every time I entered the market. It became 40, it became 80, it became 120. I grew my account huge with these kind of strategies. So this is Visa. I did the same in MasterCard. I got it over here. It's kind of an identical chart. Yeah, this is actually back then what I was doing. I just changed that. Let me get that the way it was. This was actually what I was doing. This was all I was looking at. Get in, ride the trend. Get in, ride it. Get in, ride it. This was my best time. And now markets are different at the moment. I'll show you in a minute. So this is MasterCard. Visa was amazing. What else did I do? I think I wrote Google as well for a long time. So let's put it on the weekly again because we're looking for the longer term trades. Yes, this was insane. This was just a trend rallying up and up and up. It was amazing. Same went for Amazon. It was kind of hard to get in because Amazon is a huge stock, but Amazon was just skyrocketing up. You know, it's funny because everybody is looking at Bitcoin and oh my God, it's the best thing to be investing in, and what a bang a year ago. Well, it was a bang, but unfortunately it was a bang sooner or later, but then to the downside. But I hope you get my point. From a trend trading perspective, stocks to me were amazing, gave me huge profits. But what are we at right now? Let me show you. The trending phases. Yeah, this was from a previous video. Pullback entry, pullback entry. How easy do you want to make trading? But stick to your rules. If it doesn't work anymore, and you are in 1 lot, 2 lot, 3 lot, and maybe you say let's put in 2 lots again because I'm doing so good, and then you put in 2 or 3 lots over here, and then this finally happens. Almost this whole rally gets wiped out because you didn't use a proper stop loss or risk management. Funny thing I want to point out about risk management, when I look at my channel and the numbers I'm doing, the analysis do very good. all of my videos on risk management underperform. I don't know if it's me and the videos I'm making on that subject. I think it is that a lot of traders um, don't know how important risk management is, don't even know what risk management is. Very interesting and funny part. So I hope by just keep doing them, sooner or later people will understand why that is so important. But here's the thing. This is Amazon, huge bullish phase. It kept going. I just pointed that out, and then we had this huge break. We have this. I think by now, when we resume this trend line, this will be. It did act as support right over here, and maybe it will again when we are over here. But this is not a huge trending market anymore. This is more, in terms of weeks, this took weeks, of course. So I think it is a certain trend trade. This took weeks, months as well. So this is also a certain trend trade, but it is different. It's different than the easy years when we are in a 100% bullish market. At the moment, looking at the weekly charts, we are, if you ask me, it's my opinion again, but we are in a consolidating market. We are forming a market top. This is a double top actually. So if we do break lower from here on out, we will of course test this trend line, and but sooner or later, if you are a little bit familiar within the trading world, this huge bullish phase was very profitable for me. This phase is kind of hard to trade, and I think most of the traders actually kind of hate these kinds of markets. But for everything is a solution. So if you're investing, you think about it, then you will find an opportunity sooner or later. So what I'm talking about from a longer term trend trade, a reversal, a switch in this market, a huge bearish phase, recession kind of thing, the big short. It's a trending market, and it's coming sooner or later. So let's see what we will get, and maybe we'll have the opportunity in 2020 to have a huge short trending phase and make a lot of money. So let's see. I hope I explained to you guys why I think trend trading is amazing and it's one of the best strategies. One thing I want to add to that is, from a risk reward perspective, this is a top. This happened this year. This is a second top. Something that should have been on your charts if you're actively trading this should have been this resistance level. It just came in, it touched, and it went. So if you were able to if you were there at the moment this all happened, you got a risk reward. Like let's stick to the earlier example. You have a certain account, and 2% of that account is you can risk a maximum of, let's say, 25 euros or dollars or whatever you're trading. So the risk was 25. This started to sell off, and maybe it will continue, but at the end of the day, the risk of the 25 is 25, 50, 75, 100, pullback 75, and right now is 125. With what? Well, with doing nothing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's 3 weeks. 3 weeks doing nothing, 0 turns into 125, and the initial risk was 25. There's 1 to 5 risk reward ratio. I can't emphasize it enough. Risk reward, people. Risk reward, risk management. Okay, that's it for now. Please leave your comments below. I really appreciate it if you would subscribe, like my content. It's free. It's 100% free. I share all kinds of setups with you guys, and if you really want to help me, go check out my special offer about the book I have written. It's yours. The only thing I'm asking is, please subscribe to one of my preferred brokers. You need a trading account at the end of the day, so why won't you? Help me help you. My content will continue to flow free. Happy to share you as an extra also the book, so it's free, 2 times a win for you. Happy to help. Good luck, and I hope you will be just as successful in building your first real capital with trend trading as I was back in the day. Thank you very much. Bye bye.